Welcome. We're getting ready to talk about finishing out your course in Canvas. And you may have been working with me already, developing your course in-house inside of Avila, so you already know kind of what some of these videos are like. But you may have been working with one of the instructional designers from Rice Point, and now you're going to be working in Canvas. So you'll finish out your course. So this video will be hopefully 10, 15 minutes, hopefully not longer than that, and give you some ideas of what you need to do to help finish out your course inside of Canvas. Okay, so now here we are looking at a course that's here in Canvas. This one actually came over from Rise Point, so there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. I've opened a bunch of tabs across the top to kind of lead us through, but we're going to take a look at the overview, the learning materials, discussion, assignments, just kind of take a look at it down the road. So here inside of the weekly overview, you'll see that there's been a couple of sentences here put in of what we're doing for this course. If you do not plan on creating a video, please go ahead and delete this nice young lady, and delete this sentence plus a couple of blank lines. There's no reason to keep that if you're not going to put a video, or if you think the teaching instructor is not going to put a video. If you think they are, feel free to leave it and they can remove it. Here we've got our content brought over. It looks fantastic, so there's nothing else really that we need to talk about here on this page. If you're building a course in-house, you might make sure that we've got the Wednesday and Sunday for the discussion, that we have the due dates for assignments that are due on Sunday, and that we've tied our learning outcomes to each assessment. Okay, so this says that this presentation is going to be addressing learning 2 and 3, which are right here. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next thing, learning materials. This one we're going to do a little bit of work, because as you can see, we have a clickable hyperlink, or sometimes they're not clickable depending upon how you put it in. And it's got this little postage stamp size little video here. So we're going to go into edit mode, and we're going to first of all get rid of the add YouTube video here, and I like to put the number of minutes that the video is. And then we will grab the URL. I'm going to Control X to cut it. I'm going to come over here, and we're going to make this into a clickable hyperlink. So the way we do that is we highlight the text first, click the hyperlink. It's an external link. Paste this right in here, and we are good to go. So the only other thing that we need to do is find out the number of minutes. So hang on just a second. There we go. I have opened the video, and you can see that it's 4 minutes and 47 seconds. I like to use just whole minutes, so I up the number rounded up at the 30-second mark. So if it was 4:29, I would call it 4 minutes, but it's past that, so I'm going to call it 5 minutes. So let's come back over here again, and we will call this a 5-minute video, and we're good to go. So all we need is the link to the other video, and then the link to this website. Okay, so I will leave that for the instructor to take care of that. Okay, and you can see this is now a clickable hyperlink that will take us right to the YouTube video. All right, let's take a look at anything else we have. Discussions. One of the things we need to do with discussions is add a rubric. And so we're going to click the button here and then add a rubric. Then you'll need to go through the video about adding rubrics if you're not familiar with that. Okay, we'll come back to rubrics a little bit later, but that's how you get to the right spot to add a rubric for each individual discussion. Okay, let's take a look at an assignment. One of the assignments in this course has some great information here of what they need to do, but if you look down here at the bottom, they're submitting nothing. So that's your clue that we need to edit and change something. So we need to change with the edit button here. We'll scroll down, and we need to change the submission type so that there's no submission. We need to make it online. And typically we check the text entry box and the file uploads box. You can do other things, and you can restrict the file uploads. You can limit the number of attempts. You can use one of the plagiarism review tools, CopyLeaks. There you go. You can make it be a group assignment. I'm not going to change anything else. And remember, you're working in a master course, so you do not want to put due dates. I will go ahead and save this for this particular instructor. Okay, so that's all that needs to be taken care of on a weekly assignment. And then we have the summary, which looks fantastic. All right, good deal. All right, let's look at the last couple of things that I wanted to be sure and talk about. Rubrics. Rubrics inside of Canvas are a little bit touchy, so just enjoy and work with them. Notice if you're not familiar with it, or if you don't have any template rubrics in your course, shoot me an email and I'll go import them in for you. But if you hover over, you see how the little pencil and the X are coming up here in the background. So I'm going to go to the discussion rubric and click the pencil to go into edit mode. Here, you would at least want to get rid of the word template because this is a pretty solid discussion rubric. And you can see that it's 35 points for the initial, 15 points for the initial post, 15 for the reply to two peers, and 5 for language and grammar. You, of course, have the academic freedom to change this for the number of points that you need. This one is set for 35 points. If you adjust the points here, or if you come in here and you don't like the way that it breaks, say that you wanted this to be 15 to 13.5 points or 15 to 13.1 points, you just change the number here from a 14 to a 13. You can also change the wording of the rating description. So totally up to you. Make the rubrics your own. And once you have it set, then click Update Rubric, which I am not going to do. I'm going to click Cancel. And then you would have your discussion rubric here worth the number of points that you wanted to have. Here we also have a writing assignment rubric, and then what I like to call the one criteria rubric, which I'll just show you real quick, means the students did a great job and they get all of the points, or a range of the points. They did a very nice job but didn't quite do everything, so that's acceptable. And then they need improvement or they don't get any marks at all. Okay, so that is what I kind of call the one criteria. So you're going to want to change this whole name to be like writing a journal or doing a worksheet, something like that. Okay, so that might be your worksheet journal for 35 points or your worksheet journal for 50 points. Then you'll have 2 of them. Okay, hope that makes a lot of sense. The last thing we'll talk about is the syllabus. Here on the left-hand side, I clicked on syllabus. If your syllabus document is not in the new format, then be sure and get with us and we'll shoot you a new version of the syllabus. This purple one is the older version, and you'll see that there are no tables here for the course name, semester, term, and everything like that. So this is definitely the older format. So you'll want to make sure that you get a new format. And this is just because we started building this course in the summer. And so we have a new version that came out in August. So we just need to get you the new version. All right. I hope this helps you understand a little bit how to finish up the courses inside of Canvas. And one last thing, the way I like to try to do things is whenever I finish with something and I know that it's good, I like to publish it. So when I know that the overview is good, I'll publish it. When I know the discussion is good, I publish it. And that way, every time I come back in here, I know where I left off and I don't have to have a scratch piece of paper to keep track of where I'm at. Once I've published all of the different things in a module, then I come up here to the top and publish the module by itself. You do it however you want to, but that's just a little way that I do it to keep track of where I'm at and what I've already proofread and finalized. All right. Thank you very much for everything you're doing to create this great course, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.